Hello friends, and welcome back to my homestead. I've received a few questions from my subscribers to briefly talk about what are the benefits or pros and cons to growing garden in buckets in large pots versus growing your garden vegetables in the soil, in the ground. So I just wanted to give you a quick little example, side-by-side comparison of zucchini. Growing zucchini in large pots, very large pots with plenty of soil, versus growing zucchini right next to the same location but in the open ground. Okay, so let me show you and just tell you my opinion, and of course you guys have to make a decision for yourself. Okay friends, so here's my patch of my zucchinis. I have several zucchini plants here and they are growing in the ground. I planted them last week of April for my growing zone 6A, and they've been producing like crazy, absolutely crazy. And look at these beautiful, robust plants. Deep, rich green color they're producing, and they're blossoming beautifully. I harvest zucchinis every single day. Sometimes if I skip a day, they become overripe, and then I feed them to my chickens or my pigs. So these are the in-ground, in the soil zucchinis. Okay, I water them seldom because we've been receiving a lot of rain, so I really didn't have to water the garden that much. But I want to show you right next to them is 2 pots of zucchinis that are growing in the pots, and they are also producing, but not as well as those in the ground. And I want you guys to compare. So if I'll put the camera sideways just like this, you guys can see the healthy, beautiful zucchini plants that are growing in the ground, and there's 2 pots with plants, and these are big pots. One of them is a 5-gallon bucket with a very nutritious soil, and I fertilize them every couple of weeks. But I just want to show you, look at the difference in the color of the leaves. Okay, they're pale, some yellowish. Okay, they're much smaller in size as far as the leaves, and the production 50% less than those growing in the ground. So what are the advantages of growing vegetables in the pots? Well, obviously it's much more portable. You can grow a small garden on the balcony, on the porch, if you live in the apartment. So you can, put somewhere near a front steps or something like that if you're unable to have a garden. And if you cannot have a garden, something is better than nothing, right? So you can at least grow something in a large pots like this, and it will produce a few zucchinis. I'm not going to complain. They have produced some, but not as well as those in the ground. I mean, come on, you can't compare. I have planted them at the same time, on the same day. I seeded them on the same day as those in the ground and at these in the pots. Okay, so I just wanted to show you side by side. Oh, the other disadvantage I wanted to say, besides not being as pretty and less production, is that you need to water them daily. I have to water these pots every single day. They dry up much quicker than those plants that are growing in the ground. Okay, and I feel like I have to fertilize them more often. So anyway, this was my little experimental growing things in the pots. I really don't have to. I have a large garden. But I just wanted to talk to you how, yes, it can be so different than growing in the garden, in the ground. Okay, so you guys make a decision, but I can tell you, pots in the ground, you guys can tell the difference. So, but if you can only do in the pots, something is better than nothing, and provide those fresh vegetables filled with nutrients for your family is much better than purchasing something from the store. It just doesn't have the same aroma. It doesn't have the same taste. And once vegetables are grown at home in a good, rich soil, is much more nutrient filled than those that are grown commercially produced. production. So anyway, friends, I just hope to inspire you and encourage you to grow a garden and feed your family from your own garden, even if it's just from small pots like this. So stay encouraged and try something new.